Those who come will find us. Anthony is going to lead us into management and governance knowledge check, but before he comes, I will put you through about a 5-question teaser on the same from WizLabs. Okay. And then I hand over to Anthony. Not this one, but this one. So, Jacob, are we there?
Yes.
1 minute, just 1 minute. Let me confirm one thing. I think we are there. Let me see. Nope. Just a minute. Okay, so that's been okay, no problem. I think it's only 5 questions I have here on that particular module, management and governance. Although it's a very big module, like we had earlier on discussed, for these big modules, what we will do is we will split them into 2. You are likely to have Anthony taking module 1 of this next week, and maybe Pauline Jr. might come next week, but one to wind up on management and governance. And then we will say that this module is over. But Jacob, leaders, 1 of 5 questions, leaders.
Okay, let me start with that. The question reads, an organization needs a policy applicable to all their accounts where no user should be able to delete S3 buckets created in those accounts. This can be achieved in the most elegant and scalable way by option A, creating an IAM policy for each account separately with a deny for S3 bucket deletion and add it to each user within the account. Option B, create an AWS organization, add all the accounts to the organization and create a service control policy. And that denies S3 bucket deletion. Apply the SCP to the OU containing these accounts. Option C, create a bucket policy for each S3 bucket within an account that denies S3 bucket deletion. Do this for all the accounts. Option D, create permission boundaries in each account that will restrict delete permissions for S3 for each user. So I'll go with Bravo because that is like to be easier.
Any contention, Mr. Olu? No contention, we check.
Yes.
Olu, are you on the or are you on mute?
No, his mic is on, but I don't know why we are not able to hear him.
Let's check.
Is that me?
Yes, we were asking if there was any contention.
No, I said yes. I said yes. That was fine with me. Yeah.
Okay, so we move. Huh? Next question is over to you, Olu.
Which of the following are default metrics for an EC2 instance that is sent to CloudWatch? Select all that apply. Default network. One. CPU.
You want this one, huh?
Yes, network. CPU utilization. Memory. I'll go with the D too. Let's check.
Also D. Any contention, Mr. Jacob?
No, because I feel the memory you need to install an agent. So
okay, so we check, huh?
Yeah, I can check.
And we are right. Next question is over to you, Mr. Jacob.
So the question reads, which of the following statement with respect to CloudTrail are correct? Select all that apply. Option S, setting up CloudTrail logging is a management event that is logged in CloudTrail. Option B, when CloudTrail logs are written to S3 and they are captured as data events. Then option C, both management events and data events are logged to CloudTrail by default. When you create CloudTrail using the console, it applies to region where you created the CloudTrail. So, which of the following statements correct? So I'll select Bravo when written to S3.
Bravo.
Then both management events are logged to. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is interesting. Both management events. Maybe A and C.
Bravo and Charlie.
Hey, Charlie only. Yeah.
Any contention, Olu? No contention.
It says both management events and data events are logged in CloudTrail by default.
Hmm.
By default, you don't set up. No, I don't think I'll go with Charlie. I'll rather go with Alpha and Delta.
You'd
I don't
rather
think.
go with you want what on
Alpha Bravo and Delta. I don't think they.
uh,
They are. I don't think they are. Logged in by default. I think you've got to. I think you've got to. Um, you have to. If you don't.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
agree with all of you. Yeah, probably yes, because
so
you have to configure. Yeah,
Yeah. So
but
we
check
configure it. Yeah.
against Alpha, Bravo, and Delta.
okay, maybe for all we'll go with those, but I think I will. For me, I would pick. Let me see. I think I'll go with Bravo and Delta. That is what I would have gone with.
Okay, agree amongst yourself, get a consensus, and then we
Okay.
check
Let's
some.
try. Let's go Bravo Delta first. But I'm also
Bravo,
thinking just to
Delta.
say yeah. But I think let's go Bravo Delta and let's see.
Okay, let's
We
check.
keep learning. Yeah.
Ah.
Alpha Bravo.
Let's look at the
Yeah.
explanation. Alpha, we didn't get, and we don't say much. Bravo, we got, and then Delta, we got it wrong, but for some reason, okay. So we'll find out more when the trainers do the instructor-led session. Huh? But
Mhm,
at least in your reference reading, you have something in mind to look into.
mhm, yeah.
Next,
So this question reads, which of the following
Which
is not a... Oh, is it Olu or me? I
yeah,
think,
it's me.
okay, yeah, it's me.
Which of the following is not a default feature of AWS config? Setting notification upon detecting a change in the configuration of AWS resource, creating rules for checking compliance of AWS resources, redeeming, re- remediating non-compliance of AWS resources, the history of resource configuration changes made to AWS resources is not a default feature. go with C.
Charlie. Any contention, Jacob?
Uh, hmm. Uh, I was also looking at Charlie, but I was being tempted to also select to go with A because not yes, because SNS would make sense for notification. So I'd yeah, but Charlie makes as like as Charlie was some option that I was thinking about. Let's go with Charlie and we check. We learn.
So you guys consensus on Charlie, and we check against Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's check. You are right. Then last is
The
last.
last one is while using session manager to connect to an instance, I need to enable SSH port 22 on the security groups of the instance. State true or false? It is true. So I go with alpha.
Any contention, Olu? We check.
Yes, check.
Okay.
Oh.
Mm.
Okay.
So while using an SSM agent, you do not require any SSH. Session management agent. You do not
Oh, you're
require
using
any
SF.
SSH
Yes.
port to be opened on
Mm.
security group that is attached to your instance. This allows us to manage AWS resources in a much better way by administrators as compared to configuring and maintaining Bastion hosts and also using EC2 instances with least privileges. So that we have to look at again. And I stop
Mhm.
sharing and hand over the class to Anthony. Anthony, over to you for, I think,
Okay.
knowledge check 1 and 2. Anthony, I hope you are not speaking on mute.
Hello, Terence. My machine is currently updating.
Do you want I share knowledge check 1 for
Two, three
you and then,
minutes.
huh? Do you want I share the knowledge check 1 and,
I don't know what it means.
Pardon?
You
I carry on. I get to Cloud
just a minute
Academy
as
and okay.
just a moment, just a minute.
Okay.
Sorry, Terry. Sorry, class. I might have to drop off now. Please.
Okay. Understood.
Mm. Yeah, I might have to drop off. We'll see you on
Understood.
Monday again, please.
Okay, we'll see you on Monday.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
So, Jacob, you are on your own as usual.
Yes, solo guy.
You're the only one who comes to class nowadays.
I don't know what people are up to nowadays. Like you even let
But
them have
some
a
have certified. Some have certified. You remember Gerald used to come regularly. He certified 2 weeks ago.
So once he certifies, he's like, no more need for this class.
That's how we are, you know. Then 2 others are preparing to certify next week. I don't know if you remember Hilda and you remember Yukabeth.
Yes.
Them, they are preparing to certify next week. So Yukabeth was the one who was telling me she's in charge, but I don't know about Hilda's whereabouts. But I know they are preparing to certify next week. So you can see people have moved on, huh?
Yeah.
Mm,
So we need to close off and plan new things.
yes.
Mm.
So I think in within the course of this month or by latest next month, we'll have wound up everything with this boot camp. Huh? Then you can propose, we can look into artificial intelligence practitioner
Yes.
for the new year.
Yep.
as your next boot camp?
Mm-hmm.
You said you are going to do the data engineer associate.
Yes. That's the one I'm
How
finalizing.
are the studies on that one coming?
Yeah, I'm about to complete, and I am trying to set myself a target of at least end of this month. I should be done as well with that one.
I have not been. I've not been keen on what is happening in the AWS world because I'm transitioning to the Google Cloud platform world as per my employer's requirements. So
Mm. So you are cloud agnostic. You don't want to stick to one.
no. You go where you are paid, my friend.
So which cloud are you moving to?
I'm moving to Google now.
GCP. Okay.
Mhm. So I've been doing the GCP certifications.
I think you're in for a ride. At least now you're learning different cloud
Not
platform.
really. It's in
Mm.
a big way. You know, these things is just branding. They're just the same. It's just that it's branding. You might
Yes.
call it S3, then they call it cloud storage.
Yes.
You call them EC2, but then they just call them virtual machines. There's nothing. It's the same thing. But a few nuances here and there are different.
Okay.
Anthony, would you like I run for you knowledge check one while your updates come on? Huh? Seem to have lost Anthony.
I think he must be. Yeah, that reminds me of the meme of there's this. I don't know. There was a satellite launch, and then Windows updates. Like, what's wrong with Microsoft? Yeah. So they're asking what's the status. They were like, no, Microsoft is updating in the middle of the launch.
Microsoft can embarrass you.
Yeah.
Hello, Anthony. Should we? Okay, there you come. Over to you. Anthony, are you trying to share? It is taking, it seems like it wants to load, but it doesn't come. Okay, Anthony has dropped. I think he wants to rejoin. Huh? Good. It's better now, Anthony?
Yes, please confirm whether you can see my screen.
Visible on my end.
Okay.
Going to management. You can see we've really covered massive ground, Jacob.
Wow. Pride, we've
Down,
covered
down, still down. Okay, there, knowledge check one, management. Try the knowledge check one, and then after that, yeah, that one, we start with the one. Yeah, we are good. You see, we've covered so much ground,
Yes,
over
yes.
those many months. Okay, Anthony, over to you. Let me
Yeah, you've really covered ground.
let me mute.
Okay, I hope I'm audible, Jacob.
Yes, loud and clear.
Yeah, I think we can start from here, then we can probably proceed with the other questions.
Okay. So the
Hilda
first,
might be joining. Hilda might be joining. If she joins, she'll just come in and be part of the party. I don't know. She might be joining. She's alerted me. But carry on.
okay. So the question reads, which three AWS config components use configuration items? Choose three answers: configuration history, configuration snapshot, configuration streams, of configuration record. Mm, configuration items. And I'm just going to make an educated guess on this one. So I'll choose configurations history, configuration streams, and recorder.
Okay, I think we can move on to the next question.
Yeah. So next
I can help you
question
read. What is the primary function of Amazon CloudWatch? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
What is the primary function of CloudWatch? One, to notify you regarding configuration changes to AWS resources, to monitor your AWS resources performance against specific metrics and thresholds, to track and record API requests made in AWS, and to provide feedback on your AWS cloud environment's configuration based on best practices.
I would go with Charlie and with Bravo. Monitor resource performance. Yeah.
Question 3.
So the question 3 reads, in Amazon Event Bridge, formerly CloudWatch Event, it acts as a filter for incoming streams of events traffic and routes these events to the appropriate target. Log, event bus, rule, alarm. Acts as a filter. I think I will go with the rule, Charlie.
Okay. Next. What is the primary function of CloudTrail? Track and record API requests made in AWS, notify you regarding configuration changes to your AWS resources, to monitor resource performance against specific service thresholds, to provide feedback on your AWS cloud environment's configuration based on best practices.
I'll go with Alpha to track and record API requests made in AWS.
Okay, next.
What service does AWS organization provide? Option A, central management and categorization of multiple related AWS accounts. Option B, assessment, audit, evaluation of AWS resource configuration. Option C, simplify management of software licenses for vendors such as Microsoft, SAP, Oracle, and IBM. Then lastly, the automate deployment and management of virtual private servers. I would go with option A, central management and categorization of multiple related accounts, AWS accounts.
Okay. So what is the service control policy within AWS organization service? A hierarchical visual representation of your company's entire AWS account structure, a method of categorizing a company's multiple AWS accounts, a method of controlling which AWS services are accessible for specific AWS accounts within your AWS account structure, a container at the top of company's AWS account structure.
I would go with Charlie, a method of controlling which services are accessible for specific AWS accounts within the organization account structure.
Okay, next.
So next question reads, what's the purpose of AWS service catalog? Option A, to allow you to meet, chat, and place business calls inside or outside your organization, all using a single application. Uh, Option B, to provide a way to uh, model a collection of related AWS and third-party resources, provision them quickly, consistently, and manage them throughout their life cycle. Option C, to provide secure and sizable compute capacity in the cloud. Option D, to make provisioning and creating IT stacks easier for both
Hello,
end user
hello, can you
IT.
hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you, Anthony. Okay, so to make the provisioning and ticket of IT stacks easier for both end user and IT admins, I think I'll go with Alpha, to allow you meet. No, that is meeting. No. To provide a way of. I think I'll go with the option B.
Boy or dog?
Uh, Bravo, that one. Yes, boy. Yes.
Amazon CloudWatch Dash allows you to implement automatic actions based on specific thresholds that you can configure related to each metric. Anomaly detection, rules, alarms, events.
I would go with allows you to implement automatic alarms of Charlie.
Hello, can you get me? I don't know whether it's my
Yes, I can.
internet or
I can hear
yours.
you. Can you hear me?
Let me yes, just a moment.
Okay.
So you said alarms, right?
Yes.
Okay. Which Amazon CloudWatch feature allows CloudWatch to implement machine learning algorithms against your metric data to help detect any activity that sits outside of the normal baseline parameters? CloudWatch alarms, CloudWatch anomaly detection, CloudWatch Amazon Event Bridge, CloudWatch logs.
Uh, Allows you to implement machine learning algorithm against your metric detect inactive to side. I think I'll still go with alpha. Okay, so this question reads, in AWS service catalog, which type of constraints lets you configure where you want your products to be launched? Tag update, option A, option B, template, option B, launch, and option C, launch, then option D, stack set. I think I will go with uh, Bravo template.
Determine whether a log file was modified, deleted, or unchanged. After CloudTrade delivers it, you can use trusted signers, optimistic locking, root credentialing, integrity validation.
I think I'll go with Delta integrity validation. Okay, so this question reads, an IAM user is part of the IAM group and has read-only access to RDS, Amazon RDS database with the company's production environment. This user is part of the organization unit, which is granted full access to RDS database in the company production. If the IAM user attempts to modify the failover settings for a database in the company's production environment, what will happen? So option A, the request will be denied because the permissions only be granted by AWS IAM, not the organization. Then option B, the request will be granted because the permissions can be granted by either IAM or AWS organizations. Option C, the request will be reviewed for approval by the owner of the related AWS account. Then last option, the request will be requested. Sorry about that. The request will be reviewed for approval by the master account and related AWS organization. So I would go with alpha. The request will be denied because permissions can only be granted by the AWS IAM, not AWS organizations. Anthony, are you still there? Anthony? Teresa, am I audible? Teresa, am
Hello?
I audible? Yes. Anthony, are you able to hear me?
Is it my
You are
internet
audible.
or is it your
On my side,
internet?
you're
I'm
audible.
not even
Anthony, are you
sure.
audible? Yeah, carry on, carry on. Sorry.
Okay. So I selected option alpha. I think Anthony is having internet issues.
Yeah. Okay, now you are rejoining. 1 minute. You are rejoining, and there you are.
Okay.
Okay.
You are back on the call.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What was your answer, Jacob?
Alpha.
You are not
That's what
sharing. Share the screen.
Okay.
He's not here. Yeah.
Share, Anthony, share your Cloud Academy.
Yeah.
You said alpha.
Yes. Yes.
What is the general workflow of AWS Systems Manager? Group your resources, examine your AWS resources relevant operational data via dashboards, and take action to mitigate any issue reported. View your resources via dashboards and take action to mitigate any issues reported. Take action to mitigate any issues reported, group your AWS resources, and examine your AWS resources relevant operational data via dashboards. Examine your AWS resources relevant operational data via dashboards, group your AWS resources, and take action to mitigate any issues reported.
Okay. The answers almost look all the same, but I need to choose
Yeah.
the most correct one. Group resources examined. Okay. Examine the resources. Let me go with alpha.
Okay.
Okay. I think You need to use the next button, I think. Yeah. Okay, yeah, okay. So the question is, Dash is AWS control tower in AWS control tower that helps you to keep all of your users' accounts in compliance with basic security regulations, guardrails, registries, service control policies, rule groups. I think we'll go with alpha guardrails.
When creating metric filters in CloudWatch for your CloudTrail logs, you must create a dash that determines what exactly you want CloudWatch to monitor and extract from your CloudTrail log files. Filter pattern, search pattern, filter string, search string.
I think I'll select also alpha filter pattern. Okay, the question reads, what allows you to add a level of customization to the type of API requests you want the corresponding trail to capture? So event selectors, CloudTrail logs, events, CloudWatch logs. So what allows you to add a level of customization to the API requests that you want the corresponding trail to capture? So I may go with, do we have event selectors? What allows you to add a level of customization? So I'll go with the alpha as well for event selectors.
In AWS Service Catalog, a dash is a collection of products with configuration information that helps in determining who can use the products. Portfolio, tag, stack, array.
I think I'll go with portfolio alpha. Okay, so the next question reads, the Dash feature of AWS Systems Manager is a full managed capability that lets you connect to any managed instance using an interactive browser shell login for Linux, Windows, and Mac, Mac OS instances. Session Manager, Fleet Manager, Patch Manager, State Manager. Interactive browser shell. Okay, I'll go with Alpha Session Manager.
Uncompliant resources identified through the AWS Uncompliant resources identified through the use of AWS config rules are automatically removed from operational service. True, false, it depends on the rule configuration only if it remains non-compliant for more than 6 hours.
I think I'll go with Charlie. It depends on the rule configuration. Okay, so the question reads, what best describes AWS systems managers purpose? Option A, continuous monitoring and recording of AWS configurations to manage configuration compliance, monitoring your applications and automatically adjusting capacity to maintain steady, predictable performance at the lowest possible cost, automate management of Linux and Windows instance running in EC2 or on-premise, automate risk analysis, notification and auditing of your AWS account. So D is out. Also, Bravo is out. Continuous monitoring of the resources to maintain compliance. I think I'll go with Charlie, automating management of Linux and Windows instance through running in instance or premise. Yeah.
Pardon?
I'm saying Charlie. That
Okay.
one. Automate management. Yeah.
Which of the following tasks can AWS config help you accomplish? Manage and maintain compliance, track resource metrics, identify and utilize resources, log all API costs to your resources.
I'd go with alpha, manage and maintain compliance. Okay, the question reads, where does AWS config record resources, change information, and the relevant metadata related to the change? Option A in a configuration item, option B in AWS configuration config rule, in a cloud trail log, and then option D in a confirmation pack. So I think I would go with alpha for configuration item.
In AWS Control Tower, the Dash is a multi-account architecture that follows the well-architected framework and is based around the ideas of security and compliance best practices. 1. Drift. B. Guardrail. C. Landing zone. D. Blueprint.
Okay, let me see. AWS control dash is a multi. I think so. I think I'll go with guardrail.
AWS Control Tower is a service that offers a larger and more controlled method of A. Searching, visualizing, analyzing up to petabytes of text and unstructured data. B. Creating, distributing, managing, and auditing multiple accounts. C. Provisioning, managing, and deploying SSL TLS certificates. D. Centrally managing firewall rules.
I would go with Bravo, creating, distributing, and managing and auditing multiple accounts. So the last question reads, an IAM user is part of an IAM group which is allowed that is allowed permission to create Amazon EC instance. This user is part of an organization unit assigned to a service control policy that denies all access to EC instance. If the user tries to create and launch an instance, what will happen? The user will be denied access to instance in the because denies in the SSP assigned in the organization cannot overrule identity-based permissions granted to can overrule. Okay, yeah. So then the other one is option B. The user will be granted access to Amazon EC instances based on the identity permissions allowed through IAM overrule denies assigned through the AWS organization. The user request will be reviewed for approval by the organization master account. Then the last option is the user request will be reviewed for approval by both the owner or the related account on the organization master account. I think I will go with alpha. The user will be denied access to since the SAP overrules. Yeah.
Okay, any question you'd want to review or do we submit?
Now we can submit.
Okay. Yeah, I think you seem quite ready for the exam.
we should be getting 90 because there is the pressure for exam, so that may reduce.
No, I think I recertified this year and the questions were not very tricky as it seems. So for
Yeah.
this question, I had seen it. Which three AWS config components are use config items? I think it was supposed to be history, snapshots, and streams. I haven't heard of configuration recorder before. Whether they have any
Okay.
explanation.
No, I'm not. I didn't. I've not deep dived into config.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the purpose of AWS Service Catalog? To make provisioning and creating IT stacks easier for both the end user and IT admins. So it's an organizational tool developed with the purpose of making and creation of IT stacks easier for both end user and IT teams. That is Service Catalog.
Okay.
This one was anomaly detection because of machine learning. You notice
Okay.
this machine learning algorithms. So anomaly detection basically uses machine learning to detect any anomalies that you're going to face in your resources when dealing with CloudWatch.
Okay.
CloudWatch alarms, those are there to basically either be triggered either for a Lambda event or probably to send an SNS topic, or also as a trigger to make changes to your resources. Event
Okay.
bridge, you can use cron jobs or cron expressions to really, whenever an alarm happens, then an event bridge rule can be triggered to probably execute a Lambda function for whichever um, function. And also CloudWatch logs, they are going to basically monitor logs for your, it could be your websites hosted on EC2 and such. Probably
Okay.
can help us cover this.
Okay. Read through the explanation.
Yeah.
Okay. So the explanation reads: CloudWatch metrics also allow you to enable a feature known as anomaly detection. With this,
Oh,
this allows CloudWatch to implement machine learning algorithm against your metric to help you detect. Think. Scroll down. I'm not seeing the.
I think I was even outside. So let me read. I think my internet is lagging. CloudWatch
Yeah. I
metrics
think
also
that.
allows you to enable a feature known as anomaly detection. This allows CloudWatch to implement machine learning algorithms against your metric data to help detect any activity that sits outside of the normal baseline parameters that are generally expected.
Okay.
Question 10.
Yeah, that's clear now. Okay.
Have you have question? Have you gotten question 10
No, no,
now?
no.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I have, at least gotten that here.
Not yet. Huh?
No, I've gotten that. So I think we're on the question of service
Service
catalog.
catalog.
I think I've lost you again.
Accept set constraint. This constraint gives you the option to configure where you want your product to launch. That is using the service catalog.
Okay.
Then question 19, non-compliant resources identified through the AWS config rules are automatically removed from operational service.
I
That is
think your
false.
sharing
Each time,
your sharing is lagging because I think you moved on your end, but on my side I'm still on service catalog.
oh, okay, let's give it a second.
Okay.
How about now?
No, it has not updated. Teres, has yours updated?
Oh,
Still on question 10.
I think there might be a lag on in the internet.
Mm. Uh, you're using WhatsApp the Teams desktop, right? Not the web one.
Yeah, yeah. Let me share again.
Okay, yeah, it's now okay. It's now on question 19 here.
Yeah. Uncompliant resources identified through the use of config rules are automatically removed from operational service. So the answer is false. Each time a change is made to one of your supported services, to one of your supported resources, AWS config will check its compliance against any config rules that you have in place. If there's a violation against these rules, then config will send a message to the configuration stream via SNS, and the resource will be marked as non-compliant. It's important to note that this does not mean the resource will be taken out of service or it will stop working. It will continue to operate exactly as it is with its new configuration. AWS config simply alerts you that there is a violation and it's up to you to take action, to take the appropriate action. So it doesn't delete the resources that are compliant. It lets you know that they are non-compliant.
Okay.
The last question, can we read out?
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, we can move to the next question.
Okay, let's give it some time.
It has not updated yet.
Wow, I think there's a very big lag.
Mm.
How about now?
Waiting for the screen to share.
Okay.
Yeah. The screen share is taking long. It's weird.
Wow.
It's visible on my end.
So
Then
probably your internet.
so probably
Maybe you
my
can
internet.
drop and rejoin.
How about now?
Yep, it is now up. Question 23. Yeah.
Yeah. So in AWS Control Tower, Dash is a multi-account architecture that follows the well-architected framework and is based around the ideas of security and compliance best practices. So a landing zone is a multi-account architecture that follows the well-architected framework and is based around the ideas of security and compliance best practices. So a landing zone is just basically what they've talked about. They haven't given any special explanation. They're just saying it's a multi-account architecture that follows the well-architected framework and is based around the
Yeah.
ideas of security and compliance. So I think,
I think,
yeah, I think you've grabbed most of the concepts under the management and governance services. I think
yeah.
the area where you need to probably put a lot of emphasis is the service catalog and the control
Mm.
tower, just to be specific.
Yeah, I think some hands-ons or more reading on white paper, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So unfortunately, I don't think QA lets you download the PDF.
Mm,
I wish it was page by page. I think they've actually grabbed us there, and we can't actually send the PDF.
I think it's on AWS boy that allows you to do a PDF.
Yeah, AWS boy will give you that chance. So
Mm.
let me see. So do we go to the other knowledge check, or are you okay?
Yeah, I think we can go to the next knowledge check because I think it's not going to take that long.
Okay. This one looks different.
Mm, I don't know if my internet. Let me try to connect to a cable and see, because it
Okay.
seems Wi-Fi acting up. See if using cable will be faster. Okay, good. I think using the cable is better. Okay,
Okay.
so yeah. So the question reads: dash tags are special tags that are used by Cost Explorer and other services for allocation and visualization. Um, Simple resource name, cost allocation, environment, cost visualization. I think I would go with Bravo cost allocation tags.
Okay, next, Dash allows you to capture IP traffic information that travels between the network interfaces of your resources within your VPC. So we have VPC flow log, data logs, IP logs, CloudFront access logs.
I'll go with Alpha VPC flow logs. Okay, so the question reads: which statement about audit artifacts in AWS artifact are correct? They can or should inform the security controls you choose to implement as part of your own cloud architecture and solutions design. The compliance reports provided within AWS artifacts certify the security compliance of your company, organization, or application. Okay, then option C, they allow you provide evidence of AWS security controls to ensure compliance within any applicable governance, regulations, or framework when attacking solutions in AWS Cloud. Option D, they can be shared with auditors, regulators by creating IAM users with associated entity passports that grants them access only to the necessary reports. Okay, they should let me see option A, they can and should inform the security controls you choose to implement as part of your own. They can and should. So if I'm to choose, I think I will choose they can be shared with auditors and regulators by creating IAM users within an associated identity policy that they grant access to. Okay, let me go with Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie.
AWS Dash allows the user to receive notifications when cost and usage exceeds a certain predefined amount. Budgets, quotas, thresholds, alarms.
I'll go with Alpha, budgets. Okay, the question reads, the AWS Dash is a complex CSV file that stores all details about your costs and the usage for all AWS resources. Finance report, recurring charges report, B report, cost and usage report. Think I'll go with cost and usage report, Delta. Anthony, did you hear that? Option D, Delta, is the one I'm going
I
with.
think there's a lag on my end.
Okay.
Okay. Delta? Okay.
Yeah, Delta, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so when a user enables CloudTrail, can you see the next question?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay, now it has come. Yeah.
I think you can read it out.
Okay, so the question reads, when a user enables CloudTrail log integrity validation, CloudTrail delivers dash that contains details of all the logs delivered within the last hour, along with a hash of each of them. Digest file, hash file, log file, data file. Mm, I think I'll go with so the just going to make an educated guess here. It's between digest file and hash. So I'll just go with Bravo hash file.
We'll go with
Bravo hash file.
okay. My internet is also sluggish today.
Mm. Is it affecting the whole East Africa or what? Okay.
Are you able to see the
Okay.
next question?
Yeah, I'm able to see the next question. It reads, to install CloudWatch logs agent on any instance to send data back to CloudWatch, you need to correctly configure an IAM role and attach it to your instance. What When attaching permissions policies, what options should you select? Only CloudWatch agents server policy
Are you able to
only.
see the next question?
Yes. Yeah, I'm able to see, and I'm already like reading the options of the. So option A, only watch
Hey, Jacob, can you hear me?
CloudWatch. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Anthony is having network issues, huh?
Yes.
Let's
So
give
let's
him
wait for you.
some time, huh?
Yeah, for me, I switched over from wireless to LAN because
Had some international, some cables were cut by the Yemeni resistance, like the one for Microsoft, the underground key. The undersea cable for Microsoft, I think a while ago, was gotten rid of.
Mm.
Huh. Okay, let's give him like 5 minutes and then we decide. Huh?
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Jacob, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Let me share back my.
Okay. Antonio, have you shared the screen or?
No, no, not yet.
Anthony, we try again. Okay. Anthony, if you're speaking, you're on mute. Okay, you're sharing,
Okay,
I can see.
I am back. So we can proceed to install. Can you see my screen, Jacob?
Yes. Yes, I can see. Okay.
So to install the
So
CloudWatch log agent on EC2 instances to send data back to CloudWatch, you need to correctly configure an IAM role and attach it to your instance. When attaching Permissions policies. What option should you select? A, only CloudWatch agents server policy. B, only Amazon EC2 role for SSM. C, CloudWatch agent server policy and with Amazon EC2 role for SSM. D, only Amazon CloudWatch service role for SSM.
I would go with Charlie.
Next.
Okay, next question is arrange the following steps in the correct order for creating an AWS glue crawler. Create a new name for the crawler, create the schedule uh, for create the schedule for the crawler and configure the crawler output. Choose the data source for the crawler and include the path of the store. Okay, this is something I do, so I would go with which option? Option A would be the first one, B, C would be next, and D would be the last. So A, C, A, C, B. Is A? Yeah, I think I'll go with Charlie. That one, yes. Okay.
What is the purpose of CloudFormation? To provision infrastructure resources via a simple template in a YAML or JSON format. To connect to, configure, and provision RDS or DynamoDB database. To create a VPC with both private and public subnets with network access control list for security. To introduce autoscaling and ELB for higher variability.
Okay, I would go with Alpha to provision resources by a simple template. Okay. Next question is how does AWS CloudFormation make it easier for others to review and verify your code? The entire infrastructure is deployed via a script which allows it to be reviewed easily. The code reviews and comments are managed automatically via AWS CloudFormation using SNS messages. Code reviews and comments are managed automatically in AWS CloudFormation using AWS Lambda functions. It allows you to deploy the same level of infrastructure and resource across multiple regions. How does make it easier for others to review and verify your code? Okay, I think I would go with Alpha. The entire code is deployed via script and can allow it to be reviewed easily. Okay.
Which of the following actions is not a best practice for AWS resource tagging? Use a consistent tag naming convention. Tag a few resources as possible. Think of a certain use case before adding a tag. Find redundancies and overlapping tags and simplify them.
Okay, so about that, so we're saying fine. Let's see which is not the best practice. Finding redundant and overlapping tags that simplifies them. Finding redundancies and overlapping tags, then simplify them. I think I would go with which of the following action is not the best practice. I think I would go with D. Delta.
Okay. Which AWS Glue component can scan data in all kinds of repositories, classify it, extract schema information from it, and store the metadata automatically? AWS Glue crawlers, AWS Glue data catalog, AWS Glue ETL operations, AWS Glue job system.
I would go with Bravo AWS Glue Data Catalog. Okay, the question reads, when you enable cloud log file integrity validation, CloudTrail sends logs files to a specific log file bucket. When the log file is delivered to S3, CloudTrail creates a dash, which is a set of unique characters for a data source. hash file, log file, data file, action file, hash file. Eh,
To enable logging for your CloudFront distribution, the user account activating that feature needs to have access to which of the policies. Choose to S3 get bucket ACL, S3 put bucket ACL, S3 get object ACL, S3 put object ACL.
so to enable login on the distribution, the user activation feature access to get bucket ACL. I think so. They're saying choose to.
Yeah.
So I would go with Charlie and Delta.
Next.
Next question is, which of the following actions are best practice for AWS resource tagging? Choose three. Keep a number of different tags as low as keep the number of different tags as low as necessary, but the has information value of each tag as high as possible. Tag maintenance should involve at most one or two people from the team. Make it a habit to review tags from time to time to verify their purpose. Make sure make sure make use of make use of tools like AWS Tag Editor to automate tagging. So so I would go with Alpha, Charlie, and Delta.
Which of the following services lets you easily visualize and analyze your data, create detailed and precise visualization, and then publish your dashboards and analysis? QuickSight, Athena, Glue, Recognition.
QuickSight, that's Alpha.
In
So the
AWS cost. Okay,
okay,
proceed.
okay, let me read. The question reads: in AWS Explorer Dash costs represent your usage costs on the day that you are charged that they are charged to you, or in finance terms represent your cost on a cash basis of accounting. Standard, recurring, unblended, amortized. I think the two terms I've seen is unblended and amortized. So I would go with unblended. That is C.
Next, in AWS Cost Explorer, Dash costs are a powerful tool if you seek to gain insights into the effective daily cost associated with your reservation portfolio, or when you are looking for an easy way to normalize cost and usage information when operating at scale. A. Standard. B. Recurrent. C. Unblended. D. Amortized.
I think I would go with amortized. So the question reads: with Dash, AWS introduced a sort of rewarding system for particularly active users and developers. Billing credits, vouchers, rewards. I think I would go with Bravo credits.
AWS CloudFormation Dash allows you to create, update, or delete your stacks across a number of AWS accounts in different regions with a single template. Stack set, stack instance, stack policy, stack trigger.
I'll go with Alpha stack set. So this question reads, which of the following are the use cases of AWS Glue? Choose three answers. Query against Amazon S3 data lake, unify view of data across multiple data sources, analyze log data in a data warehouse, generate schema for a relational database. So I would go from Bravo, Charlie, and Delta.
Okay. What is an AWS CloudFormation stack? A JSON or YAML file that describes your environment and resources to build within your account. A tool that allows you to replicate existing infrastructure that wasn't deployed using CloudFormation. A set of AWS resources that you can provision, update, and delete all at once. A tool that allows you to visually create your environment through a drag and drop interface, which allows CloudFormation to automatically create a template based off of your design.
So a tool that allows you to visualize, create. No, I don't think that is the thing. That is cloud formation something, design or something like that. So option C, a set of resources that you can provision, update. You know, a tool that allows you to replicate resources that wasn't deployed. I think I'll go with alpha. All the other ones don't make sense. So the question reads, AWS artifact reports are also known as compliance agreements, SOC artifacts, audit artifacts, identity principles. I think I would go with alpha, compliance agreements.
AWS does reports include items for each unique combination of products, usage type, and operation that is used in your AWS environment. A, cost and usage. B, financial. C, KPI. D, efficiency and resource.
I think I've not seen all the other three. I would go with cost and usage. Alpha. So the last question reads, which of the following actions are the best practices for AWS resource tagging? Choose three answers. Audit and maintain your tags. Max the number of different tags you adopt. Automate tag management. Set up policies to forbid launching and tag resources. So three, I'll start with the Delta. Set up policies to forbid launching and tag resources. Automate tag management. Yes, I think we can also go with that one. Then I think the first option, audit and maintain new tags. Yeah.
Okay,
Hope I perform this one better.
I think so.
Ah,
So 68%.
ah. Okay. I hope I've not failed anything on Glue because that's a service I use so often.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
let's see. You can read out the questions and answers.
Yeah. So the question reads: which statement about audit artifacts in AWS artifacts are correct? I see why I was failing because there are these multi options. So you'll pass others, you fail others. So
Yeah.
okay, scroll down. So these reports, known as audit artifacts, can be shared with auditors and regulators by creating IAM users with an associated identity policy that grants access only to the necessary reports. And this audit allows you to provide the following evidence of AWS as a security controls to ensure compliance within any governance regulations or frameworks when architecting solutions in AWS cloud. Now, of course, this is always done in accordance with AWS shared responsibility model, where AWS is responsible for the underlying security, of the cloud, but you remain responsible for your own systems and application security in the cloud. However, these audit facts can and should inform the security controls you choose to implement as part of your cloud protections and solutions design. Okay, I think it is clear to me.
Okay.
Now, number six. So when a user enables CloudTrail log integrity validation, CloudTrail delivers a dash that contains uh, details of the log the last hour. This is where I had two answers anyway, but
Yeah,
okay. Yeah,
yeah, I
digest
remember.
file. Yeah. So the answer is it creates a new file every hour called a digest file, which is used to help verify the log files. Uh, your log files have not changed. The digest file contains details of all the logs delivered within the last hour, along with the hash of each of them. Okay. So, which of the following actions is the best practice for tagging? Okay, so it's tag a few resources as possible. Let's tag practices. Let's look at the tagging best practices. Tagging everything. Tag as many resources as possible so that no resource is left untagged. Make a rule. Next, find a purpose of each tag. Then think for each case before adding a tag. Find redundancies and overlap tags, simplifying them. Next, consistent key.
Mm-hmm.
Use a consistent naming convention. So I think some of these things, hands-ons may be very, very good. So because you would understand the flow of how things are really working.
Yeah,
Some,
by doing
mm,
them hands-on, I think you'd get them. Yeah,
yeah. Sometimes if you know, you know.
yeah.
So which AWS can scan data in repositories, find and extract schemas? Uh, oh, okay. This
Yeah,
one I got wrong.
I
And I was
think
just
crawlers.
expecting, yeah,
Yeah,
crawlers, because I was just thinking crawlers only like deal with the data sources. Maybe you're doing it in AWS
yeah.
S3 bucket or something like that. Okay, let's read this. This has got me off guard. AWS Glue lets our user set up crawlers, then can scan all kinds of repositories, classify it, uh, extract the schema of the information, and store the metadata automatically on AWS Data Catalog. The AWS Data Catalog can be used to guide the ETL operations. Okay. So to
Yeah.
enable logging of your CrowdFund distribution, the user account activating which needs to have which type of policies. Okay, get bucket access control list, put bucket access. So let me just go to the explanation. To enable logging for your distribution, the user account activating that feature must have full control on the access control list for the S3 bucket along with the get bucket access control list. So those two. Okay, yeah, that's clear.
That's why I think CloudFront has to check through the buckets to see whether it's actually
Mm-hmm.
in the list. So that's a get request.
Mm-hmm.
Then once it has confirmed, then it has to put all the logs. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
S3 put bucket ACL.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think I didn't digest the question properly. I think share with me that link. I think it's an AWS link.
Okay.
Go to the
Let
previous
me,
question. Yeah, there's an,
yes,
an AWS
I
link.
share the link.
Yeah. Okay. 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 I'll take a look at this. Okay. Let me just bookmark it. Okay.
Yes, I saw this question. You can read it out.
Okay, so this question was which are the use case of AWS Glue queries against hmm,
This is the work of the database
generating the
migration
schema.
service, DMS,
Mm,
yeah, with the schema conversion tool.
yeah, yeah. So I think that's where I went wrong. The
Yeah,
I think the way I was looking at it, I was not
yeah,
I was in my head I was combining two things. The reason why I was looking at generating the schema, that's why like around data catalog, but of which here it is just AWS Glue.
yeah.
Yeah. So okay,
Uh,
let's read the explanation, which we can use AWS Glue data catalog to quickly discover search across multiple AWS data sets without moving the data. Once the data is cataloged, it's immediately available for search querying using Asina, Amazon EMR, and Amazon Redshift Spectrum. AWS Glue generates the schema for semi-structured data, creates ETL code to transform, flatten, and enrich the user data, and loads user data warehouse on recurring basis. Scroll down, it cannot generate schema for a relational database like RDS. Okay, that's clear now. What is AWS Cloud Formation Stack? Uh, this one also I'm failing. I
yeah,
think Cloud Formation.
because
Mm,
here, this is a template because it's a
yes.
YAML file, but whenever you want, so a stack is essentially what is created once you've uploaded a template.
Mm,
Yeah. So it's a set of AWS resources that you can provision, update, and delete all at once.
mhm,
Because whenever you've already created your stack, because you upload a template, it creates a stack. So once you're
mm,
done, the stack will contain all the resources that you have identified in your template. Then once you are done with the stack, you can delete it all at once instead of going to delete all the individual
mm,
resources. Yeah. So I
okay.
think it just answers the question. It doesn't really explain in detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So here, I think artifacts also I'm doing badly. I need to read about artifacts properly.
Yeah.
So AWS Cloud artifacts report known as okay artifacts. I think I had seen this in there's a question also around something like this where they clearly
Yeah.
state yeah.
Yeah, because you'll find that with artifacts, if you're an organization, especially in the banking, insurance, and health sector, they want to confirm whether AWS are probably compliant with, let's say, if you're in the UK, uh,
Mm,
GDPR compliance, then they'll have to check through the artifacts because they're just a set of paperwork that affirm that AWS have already done audits on their end and their systems are actually secure. So those are
mm,
audit artifacts.
okay.
Yeah. You can read it out.
Okay. So AWS reports consist of AWS auditors issued reports that include everything from ISO certifications to PCI and SOC reports. These reports, known as audit artifacts, may be shared with auditors and regulators by creating an IAM user with an associated identity-based policy that grants them only to the necessary reports.
Yeah. So I felt you also did great. The questions were not so easy. So yeah,
Mm.
it's still a pass on my on our books. So I think
I need to still do a lot of work on my end. I feel like there were a lot
mhm.
of gaps, but anyway, we'll go through the sessions and at least those gaps can be filled in.
Yeah, but I feel you're almost there. You're almost ready for the exam. Just a
Mm.
few reminders
Polishing.
here and there, and a few polishing, and you're good to go. So, Terence, any last words before we end the meeting?
None from my end. Thank you, Anthony, for moderating the session. Huh?
Yeah,
So, God willing, maybe next week you get us started on management 1 in terms of the presentation. We'll get the presentation and send it to you. You'll just teach from 10 to 1 to as far as you can get, and then what will happen is the other trainer will pick up from wherever you stop to the end in a subsequent weekend.
Okay.
Jacob, we are coming to an end of this thing, so those ones who've not been